Skyline is an innovative design feature that eliminates the need for unsightly metal cappings on modern parapet walls. Used in conjunction with cladding systems, the Skyline system is a complete waterproofing membrane detail that complies to an Australian standard. Completed with modern render finishes, it allows you to design and build modern, stylish homes with the assurance of watertight detailing. The purpose of this video is to present a basic guide for the installation of the Skyline Membrane system.
To begin, ensure that all framing has been straightened, as this will ensure the best result. Check substrates for any protruding nails, metal flashing edges or unlevel surfaces, ensuring all substrate materials, including the fibre cement drop-down, are securely fixed, and all surplus material such as joint foam is removed. Any uneven heights in the Masterwall cladding should be rasped level with the top plate of the frame. Clean all surfaces of dust and contaminants ready for the Skyline system installation. Select the appropriate size Skyline polystyrene wedge. This may be slightly wider than the wall depth and will be trimmed to suit once fitted. Set the polystyrene wedge on the parapet with the pitch sloping away from the face of the building. This ensures water runoff into the roof or box gutter. Mark mitered joints with a trade pencil. The wedges can be accurately cut using a hand saw and rasped to shape if needed. Ensure a tight fitting joint prior to applying adhesives. Apply a 40mm bead of Masterwall approved urethane joint foam to the top of the Masterwall panel. Position the wedge on the adhesive and check for a flush fit to the face of the Masterwall cladding. Mark out fixing points at 300mm apart. Secure with Masterwall fixing sets so that the washer sits flush with the wedge surface. If necessary, trim off excess polystyrene from the inside of the wedge using a sharp knife, and trim off any excess joint foam at the Masterwall panel junction beneath the wedge. Cut the Skyline membrane to length, allowing a minimum of 35mm overhang down the front of the wedge and over the fibre cement drop down. More of the Skyline membrane can cover the fibre cement drop down, as any excess can be trimmed after installation. Allow 75mm for any overlaps of the tape. To begin the application of the Skyline membrane, peel back 200mm of the paper backing and align correctly at the edge of the parapet. Apply firm pressure to the membrane to bond it securely to the polystyrene wedge. Continue rolling out the Skyline membrane while removing the paper backing. Smooth the tape out as you work from one direction, ensuring no air pockets become trapped under the membrane. It is important to apply pressure to make a strong contact between the Skyline membrane and substrate. Mark all cuts on internal and external junctions so the Skyline folds correctly. Cut the membrane using a sharp trade knife. Fold down all corners onto vertical planes and smooth out, applying firm pressure to ensure good contact. To parge joint overlaps of the Skyline membrane, mark the outline of the overlap membrane with the builder's pencil. Fold back the top layer to expose the membrane's fibrous surface underneath. Apply two 8mm beads of Fuller's Toolbox MS across the width of the Skyline membrane, restricting the adhesive to the area of the membrane to be contacted. Using a scraper, smear the adhesive out to a thin film, completely covering the fibrous face of the membrane, ensuring that every part of the top layer contacts the adhesive. Position the top layer of Skyline membrane back into place and smooth out firmly, applying pressure to ensure good contact. Clean any excess adhesive off with a clean scraper. The Skyline system is now ready to render with a fiberglass reinforced polymer render system. If the render process is to be delayed longer than 3 weeks, ensure protection from exposure to the sun and elements. As the Skyline system is a complete waterproofing membrane, make sure that the membrane always remains puncture-free.
as the technical detailing, installation and render specifications of this system are crucial to the success of your building's weather tightness.